Did you hear Kim and Kanye got divorced?
I did.
Didn't he collaborate with APC at one time?
Yeah, he did.
Well, maybe she can collaborate with another denim brand.
What do you mean?
Come on. She got famous for getting naked. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 13th episode of the Denimheads podcast. I'm Pasha.
And I'm Dariush.
So a little bit of housekeeping, Dariush.
Yes.
Last week, in the 12th episode, I didn't give the right web address for Swiss Jeans Freak. It's just jeansmuseum.org.
Okay.
I had said mistakenly that it's swissjeansmuseum.org, but it's actually just www.jeansmuseum.org.
Okay.
Additionally, I think you have a little bit of housekeeping as well. You wanted to...
I don't know if that's housekeeping. First of all, Rudy from Swiss Jeans Freak, he reached out and said that, whenever things go back to normal, he'll be happy to meet up in Zurich at his museum. So that's something we have to organize at some point.
Ah, very good. Okay. Yeah. And then...
something kind of unusual happened last week, last Sunday. When we were done recording the podcast, maybe some of you noticed that we uploaded the episode later than usual. That's because our podcast hosting company, the website we use, was hacked. Buzzsprout was attacked by a hacker. What that person did, he generated so much traffic on the website that the servers crashed. So usually the servers can take up some, heavy traffic up to maybe 2, 3, 4 times the usual. But he was able to generate maybe, 30, 40, 50 times the traffic that usually goes on those servers. And that's why the whole site collapsed, basically. The site crashed. But
okay.
Luckily Buzzsprout, they didn't pay the money that this guy was asking. They were able to fight back, and a couple hours later everything was back to normal. So kudos to Buzzsprout for taking care of this, and it was an interesting experience.
It delayed our podcast publishing by a number of hours. I think we were ready to go by Sunday evening. And it didn't work out, but no, that's fine. No. Yeah. Actually, another thing, I know some people reach out to us and ask about what mics we use. Apparently, they're pretty good. So I use the Apogee Hypemic. I saw it on a GQ Essentials by Leslie Odom Jr. So I thought it's a good one.
Yeah.
And
I use the Shure MV7, and I discovered it, read about it on the news, the Buzzsprout newsletter, and that's how I got this mic.
Okay.
And we edit just to give a little bit of additional information. We edit the podcast on Adobe Audition.
Okay, very good. So all that stuff aside, it's been about a week since you dropped the news on my lap and surprised me with the Oni Denims. I have seen a number of cuts in the Oni Denim. The Secret Denims, there's been high tapered, there's like a more straight cut, and then there's is it a strong tapered fit? Which one is the one that you got?
So I got the relaxed tapered, the normal one, because there's a relaxed tapered high rise and there's a basic relaxed tapered. So that's what I went for. And it's true, maybe 2 or 3 days after we released the podcast, you told me that there was a strong tapered on Blue Owl. And I got caught by surprise, because that's usually what I would have gone for, strong tapered. Even though now I like boxier stuff, but still I would have, gone for that. But I was reassured because I saw that cut on Blue Owl and then on Redcast and checked the measurements. Yeah. Again, a proof of how important it is to show the measurements, the pictures, and everything, because the strong tapered is just a whole different cut. I would have had to go for maybe size 34 or 35 instead of 32, because that thing is way different.
Okay.
So No regrets, nothing, but it was interesting to see that, different cuts are coming out. And also, I think you told me about this, and it's really nice. The Oni Secret Denim Type 2. Yeah, the Type 2.
Yeah, there's a Type 2 and then there's a Type 3. Usually you find a Type 3, but apparently there's a Type 2 out there. Redcast, if I'm not mistaken.
Exactly. I saw it on Redcast, and Type 2, I wasn't aware of it. It looks really, really nice.
So I actually placed an order on Redcast on Thursday night, so Friday morning, I would guess, early morning their time. And on Saturday, I got an email that it was shipped from Madrid, and then shipped from Madrid, and I received it here in New York City Monday afternoon. So, shout out to Redcast for great service, and to any of our listeners, we know a couple who have now been shopping on Redcast and here in the US, and they were kind of curious about the shipping times and such. So if I placed the order on a Thursday night, Friday they probably received it in their system, boxed it, shipped it, everything, and I got it on Monday. So it's about the same amount of time that I would receive something from a online retailer here in the United States.
Okay.
So great. Now, again, maybe because I'm on the East Coast of the US and they're on the West Coast of Europe.
Right.
Or the only coast, really, I guess, in Europe. Well, there's a southern, but you know what I mean. It's if that's a barrier for some people, it's a psychological barrier. There really isn't anything.
You're right.
You get it just as quick. Speaking about Blue Owl, I know they released, in addition to the Secret Denim stuff, I did see that they released, as well as other retailers all around the world, Naked and Famous's Milk Denim. Milk Denim is a very interesting thing. It's actually made, if I'm not mistaken, by like about 23% milk proteins. Basically, they extract the protein from milk.
Okay.
And then they synthesize a yarn from that and mix it with the cotton to make denim, make jeans. They look, from what I've seen, like normal denim, but they're a little softer on the inside.
Okay.
So really cool stuff. It's different.
I saw the patch. The patch is interesting. The leather patch on the back. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Can you describe it, maybe?
It's cow print. I mean, it's if I'm not mistaken, it's hair on too.
It is like they did with the fox fiber.
Fox fiber from Studio Dariush.
That was Studio. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, my bad.
But speaking of like patches and Naked and Famous, actually, prior to last week's live stream, we reached out to Naked and Famous privately. And Basad was kind enough to show us some pictures of the Pickle Ricks that I'm super excited about.
Pasha is very excited about this.
Absolutely. Yes. As you can tell, I'm not even letting you get a word in.
Go.
He sent it to us, and then a couple days later, it was shown on the live stream. Naked and Famous has a live stream every Friday night, U.S. time, Saturday morning in Japan, where he's at. And they showed the Pickle Ricks and really cool stuff. First off, I think it will be out in April to May.
Okay.
I spoke to Blue Owl earlier, like yesterday, I believe, on Saturday. I had asked Jay, who's the head of everything at Blue Owl.
Okay.
And he said that, yes, they will be getting the Pickle Ricks. It will have from what I've seen, it has a green ostrich patch.
Okay.
And so that's super cool. And the quills and everything, it's raised. The sample that he shows on the live stream actually has it such that the quill is right on an eye, so the eyes are raised. It looks really nice.
Okay.
Green Selvedge ID. It has Pickle embroidery on the back pocket.
Yeah.
It's just an overall really cool denim that I'm looking very forward to.
Yeah. Can you? Because I wasn't really familiar with Pickle Rick. Like, can you explain what it is? Where is it coming from? Like, what's like?
Sure.
I discovered.
So I'm not a
huge.
I don't know a whole lot. During the pandemic, over the past year, I was introduced to a cartoon called Rick and Morty, which is considered one of the best cartoons for adults.
Okay.
It's a Cartoon Network show, late night, and there's a lot of mystery behind this where you never know when the next season is going to drop.
Okay.
So I guess it was announced via tweet somehow.
Okay.
That Pickle, the season 4 of Rick and Morty was going to be released somewhere around the pandemic time. And anyway, Pickle Rick is an episode. It's probably one of their more famous episodes.
Okay.
Where basically the main character, Rick.
Spoiler alert. Be careful.
Yeah. Well, it starts off. He turns himself into a pickle because he doesn't want to go to a therapy session.
Right.
You have to watch the episode to understand, but it's a very cool episode, and there's a lot of John Oliver guest lends his voice in there, if I'm not mistaken. It's a good episode. So anyway,
that's
really
nice.
all it is originally it was planned to be a scratch and sniff pickle sniff denim, but it didn't work out.
So you would have to scratch it and then
it would smell like a pickle.
Like a pickle.
Yeah, it's different.
That's interesting.
I mean, they've done some other stuff, but they couldn't source it. Nonetheless, this is a fantastic pair with the green ostrich, and I love different colored patches.
Of course.
I love the blue ones from Oni Denim and Momotaro.
Yes.
And I thought that it is a very interesting pair, and definitely one of the pairs, probably one of the next 2 pairs of denim that I'm going to pick up. The other probably being our project pair from Coddle. Is there any updates there?
No updates.
Good job. So then I would say you need to get on some stuff right now.
I need,
Speaking of Momotaro, have you ever heard of these, the gold label from Momotaro?
Okay. Briefly in a video, in a YouTube video where it's all done by hand. That's
exactly.
I'm just going on a
So basically, it's a made to measure pair of Momotaros, the gold label. There is approximately a 1-year wait list for this pair. It is approximately 200,000 yen, which is about $2,000 depending upon the exchange rate. It is a very different pair. Nah, not very different. What it is basically, the threads and everything that are there, they're dyed by hand 30 times each. One pair of gold label Momotaro takes approximately a week to make, versus Momotaro's traditional going to battle pairs. They churn out about 100 pairs a week. So that's the difference. I mean, those are made with automatic looms. Yes. Traditional Momotaros are made with automatic loom. This is a hand loom. So everything is done. And they make about, again, a pair a week, 4 pairs a month.
Wow.
And that's why there's just a huge wait list for
Can
them.
you order from, do you have to show up there? They take measurements? Well, how does it work? Do you know?
I don't know. I don't know. I just know it's out there, and listeners out there, go and find out. Let us know.
Yeah.
But I came across the probably the same YouTube video that you did, because we watched the same stuff.
It was a long time ago. Yeah.
Was it? No, this video I watched was released in early February 2021. So in the past 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay. That's interesting.
But it was, they were interviewing the CEO of Japan Blue, Mr. Manabe, and he was actually dyeing the threads himself, which is kind of an indigo. And it's sad because he's doing it by hand by himself. And he's like, I wash my hands, but it takes 3 weeks for the indigo to come off. It's that intense.
Wow.
So yeah, it was pretty.
You'll have to send me the links. I'll definitely put this in the show notes because it's interesting.
Yeah, it definitely is. With the whole Zimbabwe cotton and everything.
Yes.
But it's a cool pair. It's different. I mean, it's expensive. It's $2,000.
Yeah.
We knew that 3x1 here in New York City does something similar.
Yes.
But if you want a very Japanese version of that, I guess and Momotaro being the Patek Philippe of denim in some ways. I think you can go that way as well.
And
but again, 1 year wait list.
1 year wait list. Well, by Patek Philippe standards, 1 year wait list is like a week, so it's good.
Very good.
1 year is good. But now I'm like thinking, do we know of any other brands that would have that type of service? Because I totally forgotten about this. Now that you're talking about it, I just remembered the video I saw a couple months ago. But are we aware of other brands that actually do this completely bespoke, on demand, waiting list, the whole thing?
I don't know. I know that you once shared, Oni Denim's kind of, there's a little bit of secrecy to that, pun intended, I guess, with Secret Denim, but it's made by him, by hand, and I think you were saying in the warmer months because of his heart condition or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. On the loom that only he can operate or something.
Yeah, the loom. So I don't know. I should, I'd love to say I do, but there's a lot of denim brands out there, and I'm sure there's a lot of stuff. I mean, even Coddle is kind of bespoke in their own way.
Because it's limited by production, because it's all that I get. I'm just curious about those shadowy services that you can get from different brands that we have no idea. Like if you show up to the actual store of, I don't know if there's an Oni store in Japan, or you show up to the right place, they'll let you know, hey, if you really want something special, we can do this. And I'm very curious about that type of stuff.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, we'll look into it.
If anybody knows, then please let us know. The denimheads@gmail.com.
Absolutely.
Cool.
I picked up a book. I haven't read it yet. I haven't started it, but it's the Ametora. Ametora basically means American traditional. And it's a book about how Japan kind of saved the American fashion industry in ways.
Okay.
And sort of when we were tired of certain things, Japan came and reinvigorated things such as denim, most prominently, but other stuff as well. So, look out for updates on me finally trying to, start this book and everything. I picked it up.
That's an old book, or that's something new that just came out?
I was aware of it. A friend of mine, mentioned it when I mentioned the podcast. They mentioned it to me, and so I picked it up about this week. I got the order from Amazon, and it was delivered. But I still have a book from our Obama that I'm trying to tackle through, and that's a long book. That's like a 700-page book.
And that's audio, so
mine is audio.
Are you still doing audiobook? Yeah. Okay.
I am. Even though I haven't really listened to it in a while. But yeah, that's next on there. But I'm gonna, this is a little lighter, funner read, I think.
Yes. Yes.
Of course, I'm a little bit more invested in denim and Japanese stuff than Obama at this point.
I'm going on a tangent real quick, talking about Obama. Have you had the chance to listen to his podcast with Bruce Springsteen?
I have not. Have you?
No, I'm curious. I have to at least. You have to listen to 1 or 2 episodes.
I know
it's
a Spotify exclusive, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it is. Well, I'm just curious.
Yeah, I know he talks about there's one episode out there. Maybe there's a second one. I know he has signed an exclusive deal with Spotify.
Right.
And they're good friends, from what I understand.
Okay. I wasn't aware. I was like, what do these two have in common? Like, I was trying to. They're just friends, so that's why they're recording a podcast together, because they're friends.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but Springsteen had a show, a one-man show on Broadway, and Obama certainly did catch it, if I'm not mistaken. And then eventually, I think HBO did they sort of broadcast it as well. So maybe out in Europe, you could probably find it on Canal Plus or something like that.
I'll check.
On Broadway. I know there's like an album. I mean, there's a book. There's a lot out there.
Yes.
So Springsteen has definitely done some stuff.
Interesting. Okay.
But anyway. Do we have a denim head of the week this week?
We do.
Okay.
Yeah. The denim head of the week is called, actually, he's called Super Rough PBJ. Oh, that's the name of the account.
Okay.
There's no name there.
I mean, but the name is just like, okay, my mind went somewhere else, So
right, but no.
But they are. PBJs are very rough.
Yes,
certainly.
PBJs are very rough. His IG says basically my life as a pair of PBJ SR019. So that's the cut. That's one of the models. And I'm gonna be very honest. It's not a big account. It's a smaller account. But I thought let's give this guy a bit of visibility. I don't know how much visibility we're giving him actually, but I just thought, look, I like the dedication behind posting pictures only about your denim. There are 9 pictures there, so don't get too excited. But he did something interesting, PBJ, and he's got Hyatts too. So I thought that's cool. Yes.
So this guy's like really up in our up our alley because
yes, PBJ Hyatts.
We don't talk about Hyatt enough. I mean, that was one of the first denims that I bought, and that sort of started me on this, and they're a great pair. They only make pants, denim pants.
Yes,
and then
exactly.
They don't make anything else. And what's their motto? Sort of, you said it once.
Do one thing well.
Yeah, and that's what they do, and that's really
what they do.
They deserve a lot more love.
Yes.
They put out a great product. They're out in Wales, UK. So I think that's interesting.
It's an interesting little brand.
Somebody that has that in their
exactly. One thing I want to notify, maybe he's made measurements of his PBJs raw versus first soak. So it's interesting for people who could be wondering, what's the shrinkage like on PBJ. He detailed, waist, thigh, knee, hem, hip, and leg.
Okay.
And so he's detailing raw and then after the first soak. So that's kind of interesting. Super rough PBJ in one word.
Definitely. We'll definitely give him a follow if we haven't already.
Give this guy a follow. Exactly.
I noticed you're wearing black t-shirt, but what's funny about Dariush is you're anti-black denim. And I always wondered, why are you so against black denim? You refuse to buy a pair of black denim. And there are some really good pairs of black denim out there. I mean, Naked and Famous, they have the cashmere blend one. I have a pair of Oni Denim black secret denims.
Those are the ones you really like.
Oh, I love those.
Yes.
If there is a pair that you could get, maybe there would be like those rogue territory, since you want to take a jump into rogue territory.
Yeah.
They have the stealth SKs or cryptic stealth. I mean, they have a variety of things, and that's one thing that they do really well, or they're really well known for, is their black denim. But
I am guilty of not wearing black denim. I will say this, since I started going back to raw denim, I didn't buy a whole lot of them. I bought 2 pairs in the beginning, my Hyatts and my Tanukis, and I just got the Onis. And every time I go and look for, what's going to be the next purchase, I always think like it's too soon to go black. I want to have some blue denim. I want to have more blue denim. I have blue sweaters, blue t-shirts, blue everything. And every time I'm like, nah, I still rather have the blue ones because it's going to match with pretty much everything I have here. And I love the evolution of the denim when it's blue because of the indigo and everything. I know some black denim can fade. I know
there's a lot of black denim that fades really nicely.
Yes, I know. I just can't, get
I have a pair of Tanukis with the blue weft, black on blue weft, and I haven't washed them yet, and I'm very curious. But they are really, really nice, and they have like the blue inseam. I mean, I have, probably like 6-7 pairs of black denim. I don't wear sufficiently, but I got a PBJ, I got an Oni, I got the Tanukis, I have a pair of Rag and Bone, another New York City brand. I have Hudson, LA brand. I mean, I love black denim. Maybe that's because it's like kind of the unofficial uniform of a New Yorker in some ways.
True.
And maybe that's why I really like it. But a lot of people make black denim, and it is the next color in that evolution. I think indigo is nice and it's great. It's obviously it's classic, but there's whiter denim or like natural fiber, like that Naked and Famous or Studio, as you mentioned. The Fox fibers, they have that rustish color that's really nice. They have
so what's the color of the Selvedge ID on your black raw denim?
Reddish, if I'm not mistaken.
Reddish, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's red, there's blue. Okay. The red is the Secret Denim, if I'm not mistaken. Blue on the Tanuki. I think it's black on black for the PBJs.
Okay.
The beauty of the difference between the Tanuki, I think I picked up the Tanuki a week before I picked up the PBJ.
Okay.
And the difference for me was that the Tanuki had the blue weft, but it's also the Tanuki had a brown patch, and I preferred a black on black patch.
Right.
Which is what I got for the PBJs that are stretch, which is a little bit sacrilegious, I guess. But I like it. It's really comfortable.
Yeah.
And it was a blue and green exclusive. The way they did it with the black indigo ferro leaf. It's blackish, I should say.
Yeah.
Versus Tanuki has the stripe. The blue. I'm sorry, the white and red stripe on the back. Black pocket.
Yeah.
Back pocket. Apologies. So yeah, I just and then the Secret Denims are super rough, 20 ounces. They're a great pair. They're relaxed tapered. So yeah, I just was curious because I've been meaning. We don't talk about black denim a whole lot, I think, because of your refusal. Probably. But I think it's important for a lot of listeners to know that Pasha and Dariush are not on the same page with everything. Exactly. There is some conflict between us during the week, and it's a welcoming place. This podcast is supposed to be welcoming to all shapes and forms and everything and
colors.
It's important.
Yes. Well, we have the cuddle coming, and after that, I really think that after cuddle it will be probably PBJ. And after that, maybe I'll be open-minded enough to look at some other colors.
Who's to say? I mean, at that point, maybe Oni Denim and Tanuki will have their collaboration released again.
Yes.
There's going to be a lot of...
If that happens, it's going to be a problem for my black denim. That's definitely...
Yeah. But that, I think ultimately I have to be the one to buy it for you, and it'll probably be here in New York or something like that.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Whatever.
We'll find it. We'll definitely do that. All right.
Cool.
So that is that.
Yep.
Side note: thinking about getting an Apple Watch, Dariush.
I am out of this podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you,
not
guys.
A fan. Not a fan of black denim, nor are you a fan of Apple Watches. But
no, I get it. I can understand why.
It seems cool. I mean, they have they released like a Black History Month version of it, which is nice. The like Pan-African flag colors. And then as I get older, I'm kind of curious about my oxygen levels and ECG.
Right, the whole medical thing. Okay.
Yeah, I mean to kind of just track some stuff.
Okay.
But we'll see. I digress.
We'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
I'm gonna start DMing Pasha with some nice watches right after that and see what happens.
Look forward to it.
Okay.
And on that note, thank you everybody for listening. A reminder, you can always reach us at thedenimheads@gmail.com or on Instagram, obviously _blue. And we'll see everybody next week.
Thank you guys. Bye-bye.